Hello Cobras, and welcome back to Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. I'm TryclydeTamer, and it is time to speed through the Pit of 100 Trials. Just gonna be playing some music in the background while I just have some sped up of me going through the Pit of 100 Trials, starting from level 20, because we already went there for a trouble, and there's actually another trouble that you can go up to floor 50, which is actually pretty helpful from the item you get on that floor, but we'll see what item it is as we get there. So yeah, my plan of action for showing this place is just showing what enemies we run into throughout the floors. Of course, not on every single floor, because every 10 floors has like its own specific set of enemies based on the chapters you go through. And that thing right there was a puny that can bring you down 5 levels, but I usually don't like to use it because it takes you past every 10th floor, so I prefer to skip past it. And of course I'm going for pseudo 100% in this game, all badges and star pieces, and shine sprites of course, but not all recipes or tattle logs, which I pretty much do get all the tattle logs in this game, because you pretty much run into every enemy in the game throughout this place, aside from boss enemies and stuff. And I was only playing the pit music for a minute, and the rest of the time is going to be this right here, the Dupless remix. And of course I'm just kind of not really explaining things, a lot of new enemies going on, and I got the strange sack, and that was the item I was thinking about. It's a little bit loud, I'm going to turn my volume down a tiny bit, but yeah, credit to ZMix as it said. And good thing there's not as much video glitch as there was in the last episode. That took a couple weeks to kind of get through. Of course it didn't take the full time, but yeah, I was having a little bit problems with it. I was having to screen record the Vegas window because I wasn't able to screen record like the regular video player like VLC or Media Center, because I guess the raw video itself was kind of glitchy, because I don't know, my HDVR2 does that sometimes. And of course, the more floors you go through, the more difficult enemies you're going to run into. And there's actually a Chapter 8 enemy right here, this Dark Wizard. And it's weird because it's Dark Wizard, and it's an enemy that you would normally see if you didn't go through the pits, if you went through Chapter 8. But like, what does a normal wizard look like? Maybe we'll find out as we go further in the pit. And of course, it's found in the Palace of Shadow. Not exactly spoilers, because Tech told us that's where we need to go. Sky Blue Spiny, yay, palette swaps and everything. I would say this game is the king of palette swapping, but of course they definitely up the ante for the enemies. And I wonder how many stutters I'm going to have to edit out. So far I haven't had any, but I've already jinxed myself, because it is indeed Friday the 13th, and of course the Let's Player jinx kind of thing. And here's more Chapter 8 enemies, Chain Chomps, and we're also running into the Koopa Trolls and stuff that we've seen in the Glitz Pit, so yeah, it's pretty interesting to see the enemies that we ran into there. Of course, we can go redo that if we so desire, and that was a normal wizard right there. It would be under the control of Jolene, and once we get down to this level, we're going to get the bump attack, and then you get to fight a Dark Bristle, which is pretty dang creepy. And then there's Arantulas. Haven't really seen Piters or anything for a while. And it's interesting because an actual piranha plant is right there. You wouldn't actually run into any old piranha plant throughout the game, and it was very interesting. But yeah, the game's definitely going to hit you hard once you get to the 80s and 90s floors with the elite wizards. The normal wizards were like the orange colored ones, and we're running into Baubles and the Poison Puffs. Yeah, pretty difficult enemies. Speaking of which, here's an Amazing Daisy. Well, every enemy is difficult around here. Amazing Daisies, they're the enemies that give you a crap ton of star points. I haven't killed one. Actually, I'm pretty sure I killed one back in Chapter 4, but I didn't get to tattle it because I was too focused on it. And I kept this in right here with the base draw, because I got a good 80 star points from a doubling. And I was already close enough to another level, and probably cut out another level in between those cuts. But yeah, we're just about done showing off this little bit of the Pit of 100 Trials. The big old beef on it. Beef on it? No, that doesn't make sense. I probably could have done this after Chapter 5, maybe, for a good challenge. Of course, I'd be getting more star points to kind of balance up my levels, because it's like a little rubber band effect going on. I'm just kind of going through my badges to get ready for the final floor, final battle kind of thing. So get hyped up for that. Let's go down. Alright, back to normal speed. I'm recording this a little bit later. And something a little bit familiar is going on. This isn't quite Hooktail, but Bonetail. The final boss here in the Pit of 100 Trials. An optional boss, so I'm just speeding up the boss fight and speeding up the music. Bonetail is definitely the hardest boss in the game because it's optional and you have to go through all these 100 floors to get to it. 200 HP, the most out of any boss in the game, and it may just be harder than the final boss, as Goombella said. So yeah, I'm kind of not really starting off on the best note here. I'm messing up my power bounces, but I eventually get them down pat and make up for it. So I start off my turns with 30 damage being done. And he can do a lot of damage with his poisonous breath and stomping, which I barely get the chance to super guard or anything, but it's not really easy to stay in the super guard anyway, so what I just like to do is bring out Vivian and get him burned, so there's that extra damage that is done, and of course being shrunk will get my attack down low, and when he gets low on HP, he's gonna heal a whopping 20 HP. I remember Guide on Limited Land saying, sorry, it sounds sort of out of breath. I went a little bit on a run around in the town to pick up Majora's Mask 3D, but neither, well, Walmart, GameStop, or Best Buy didn't have it. Well, I didn't get to go into GameStop. I was trying to call them, but they didn't answer, so they were either busy or they were about to close, and I had assumed that more people would go to GameStop to get Majora's Mask 3D, and we were on our way to Best Buy, called them, they didn't have it in stock, so we turned around and went home, and I was like, I'll just download it. The main place I wanted to go to get a physical copy would be Walmart, so I can get a 10% discount off of it, so yeah, I'm currently in the middle of downloading it right now, so yeah, I'm kind of halfway through, and you might be hearing a little bit of the Sonic Stormtrooper there. Don't know how loud it will be in comparison, because noise cancelling headphones and the loud music playing. Of course, it's not just Hooktail's theme. And Goombella got taken out there, so I'm deciding to stick with Vivian. Plus she got that recoil kind of thing on, whatever it is, like a spike pouch, ruin powder, I always forget what it is. I'm pretty sure it's spike pouch. Attack foes who attack indirectly even though it's direct attacking. I'm just saying what comes to mind because my mind is a little cloudy. But yeah, I'm excited to play Majora's Mask 3D. Of course, I did the Let's Play. Go watch it. It's actually where I started getting pretty darn good at Let's Playing. Not to be like egotistic, but yeah. It's like when I started doing jump cutting a lot, I did a little too much jump cutting there because, well, the LP came out to be 33 videos long, and the last like 10 videos were like under 10 minutes. And after a couple Arus there, he healed a little bit of HP. So yeah, that's something that happens. Of course, I mentioned this a little bit, and of course me doing that, so yeah, and of course I'm saying of course a lot. I was gonna mention my habits, and I was gonna mention my mentioning of the habits, and I was gonna mention my mentioning of the mentioning of the habits. So I'm just saying things to while away the time for the rest of this fight. 20 more HP healed, but I'm gonna do another power bounce, and that should be what finishes him off. Haru! And only one star point, but not like I care because I'm pretty much the highest level I can get. Of course I can level up more, but yeah, I got that A-list superstar. No, it's just superstar because A-list was the one before. And yeah, after all those loads, get superstar where you can get a 200 people crowd and back to normal speed, of course. And the final reward we get here in the Pit of 100 Trials is return postage, just like the spike pouches. It returns half damage to direct attackers. So yeah, there's a tail down, a big old tail that doesn't talk because it's so old and withered. And I'm gonna have to cut off the post commentary right about now so I can get into live commentary. And on the flip side, we have switched into Waluigi mode. Let's talk to Professor Brinkley here. What happened to Mario? Well, it doesn't matter now. I don't think they're in the vicinity anymore. They must have found another way to get through the door. Alright, so let's hop on. It's all come down to this. Hurry now, Mario. Hold aloft the last crystal star. We're no longer going to find out where they are. We're just going to be using them to open up the door. So, we're going to utilize their full power. Take on our last challenge. Look, the door! Diamond Star, Emerald Star, stars I'm starting to not remember the names of. Ruby Star, Sapphire Star, Emerald Star, wrong game. Cobalt Star is another game. At long last, the entrance to the Palace of Shadow has been opened. Before Princess Peach falls victim to that fiend, before he takes over the world, you must rescue the princess and stop this cataclysm. I'm ready, Mario. And now we enter the 1,000-year door. Chapter 8. The 1,000-Year Door. This place is creepy, as it is intended to be. This place is unsettling, but we have no choice. We have to get in there and save Peach before things get any more out of control. Let's go, Mario. You said it, Vivian. Everything's purple and pink and lavender and burgundy around here, so let's just get headed throughout this place. And we're on a little walkway bridge-ish area, and yay! We'd be seeing you normally here, but we already ran into you in the Pit of 100 Trials, whose swoopy loves that won't hurt Mario too much because he has the Zap Tap badge on. Oh baby, a triple! I got a double from that battle, but it was only 2 star points. The music is familiar, has that underground music with that, you know, little flair that it gives. Shooting Star, I can hold a lot more items with my strange sack, I do believe it's called, that I picked up in the Pit of 100 Trials, and we got some dry bones. Do 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 do. Oh boy, I hear sounds. That battle didn't really turn out too well for Vivian, so let's see, what am I gonna do? Should I use the Wacky Spot? Yeah, might as well, because I have plenty, and I did max out the ones that you could get in the game, and I don't plan to use any of them in recipes, because recipes are just too monotonous. You just look up guides for yourself. Yep, we're hearing the blasting sounds of bullet bill blasters, but why are we running into them now? It would be because it would be bonsai bills that are golden. Actually, they're not bonsai because they'd be super huge, like a bonsai bill blaster shooting giant bonsai bills that we have to fight numerous amounts of, and you can't avoid them with Vivian's on the field veil attack like I am right here. Let's see, do it like this, and then I'm going to bring up Bobbery to get a little bit of field damage in. Oh, I'm pretty sure I initiated the fight with the blasters themselves. Yes, I did. Kablam! And these are, of course, enemies that we haven't seen in the Pit of 100 Trials. So how am I going to go about this? I'll spin jump them. I should be doing a little bit extra damage, enough to take this one out. Alright, no experience from it, but oh well. Oh yeah, Goombella's kind of dead. I forgot about that. Yeah, unfortunately I couldn't tattle those 2 enemies, but we'll be running into more as we progress through here. And here's one of the final badges we pick up in the game, and hopefully it doesn't disappear because of my screw-uppery right here, and the fact that these spikes are appearing not good. Solution found! Just hit it like that and let it bounce into you. And you gotta weasel your way around the spikes. I'm pretty sure I just said weasel a few seconds ago, but of course not quite a few seconds for me because of my editorials. And let's get past these guys. I have the bump attack badge on, and they only give, well, they don't give any experience, but I'd get 1 experience point from the battle anyway, but bump attack is only coming into effect, so maybe I'll also equip first attack, maybe it'll work. Alright, right here we got fire bars. I don't think we've even seen any of these in the game other than the Bowser levels, and of course, if you remember from the first Paper Mario, jumping over them makes them go faster and faster, and if you can make them disappear, you get coins out of it, but I'm not gonna bother doing that because I don't need to buy anything left in the game. I could get a few things from the lovely House of Badges, but oh well. Let's fight some Phantom Embers. And it was only 1 Phantom Ember, and this right here is going to have some alternating movements of these things. Hopefully I'm not going to fall into the water, and it would start to get hit right when the fire spawns right there, so you just have to tube your way through it. And this room is going to be an interesting one. A big, empty room. No more bone tail, but rather dry bones. Blue bones.
Blech, blech, none shall pass by. Let those who would disturb personally fall into the depths of endless darkness.
So yeah, another one of these events.
Eek, may the intruder never find the key to this door.
Got a bunch of dry bones around here, not dull bones. It's like 8 HP apiece, and we're just knocking them down with one fell swoop. It's actually pretty realistic because I can do enough damage to take him out. It's just that we have to get to the blue guy, and he's kind of being problematic for me. And we get to hear this intimidating boss music once again. Alright, I was going to mention that the music is intimidating because it is. It's got like a banjo to it and like kind of like goofy sounds, but the way it starts off is, whoa, that was fast. Dark Bones, baddest of them, 20 HP if I attack 2 defense, blah blah blah. Palette swap, that's even more powerful, and red eyes. I'm not gonna go completely all out with it, so I'll just do that. Alright, half damage. I didn't even fully execute the action command. Bam, out. Kubella's just getting hit like crazy, and he was going for Mario, I believe, so just getting a little bit of a lucky command kind of thing. Alright, that battle was a little bit of an issue for me. I was just getting wailed on with Mario, and wasn't too good for me. Palace key. Okay, thank you for the palace key that I just need to use right here. Yeah, I should probably heal up Mario, and I think there's going to be a heart block coming up soon. Not really too many battles. Actually, we got another bombshell bill room and an ultra shroom. Ain't that nice? I forgot to mention what all or nothing does. When you get action commands, your attack rises, but if you fail once, it drops to nothing. Hence the name. I rearranged my badges so that I become a defensive Mario, and I'm just finishing these guys off with things, so I probably could have just done that earlier. And I'm going to finally title these guys. Sorry about the abbreviation. Alright, here's something I didn't really show off too much. It's pretty self-explanatory. Miss Bowser's Smooch has seems to be just like Rally Link, so just, okay, I have to alternately press the buttons. 778, it's just above the kind of lucky-ish kind of thing number of stuff. Oh well, save that for the Pianta Parlor, which I'm not really too worried about anymore. I didn't really show off slot machines in that place, unfortunately. Whew, I'm pretty sure that's the last of the Bill Blasters, so let's just get beyond this room. It's beyond me, huh? We've got another big-ish room, just kind of resty room, where we can pick up another badge. B up, D down, P, yay, good for partners, of course. You don't say, but yeah, we got a Jam and Jelly. If we were to cook these, we'd get a Jelly Ultra, 50 HP and 50 FP, so that's good. I felt like taking out all the enemies because I'm only getting 1 star point per battle, and I'm just getting ever so closer to a level up, so I'm really just going to have to rely on bosses from here on out. And you may remember this sort of puzzle from Bowser's Castle in the first game, except a little bit different. We have to go into the doors that have the flames, and if you don't, it will be bad for you. So this one has the flame. I guess I might as well show you what it will be like if you go through the wrong door, because of course if you go back this way, it's obviously wrong. It's not going to take you ahead. Yeah, jeez, such a creepy sound. This is all a pretty easy ordeal. I'm pretty sure this is the last one right here, so let's just enter this door and we will be finished. And go to an unexpected place for how creepy everything else is. Pretty serene around here. Man, we clear one freaky room just to find another. This area is almost like an underground city, huh? What is this place? It's like an underground city within the underground city. And there seems to be chain chomps around here that we need to defeat, and chomp rocks that we might have to just explode through. Let's go ahead and do this, even though it was more for my FP than anything. So let's go ahead and get into the fights with the chain chomps. Of course, we ran into them before, so there's not really much else to see. They're pretty much the same as the Chomp Country chomps. They just do their little attack, and they have a bunch of defense. Okay, I cleared out the battles, only 2 star points away from the level up, so it'll probably be 2 regular fights and I'll be there. And of course, bosses will give me a little bit more, and there's going to be a few more bosses in the rest of this game. All that stuff's going to be saved for next time on Let's Play Paper Mario: The 1000-Year Door. Until then, do not toast yourself.